What is up, guys? It is Keith from Bald Brothers bringing you another video. Today, Tyler and I are heading down to Oklahoma City, 7 hours south of Omaha, for the Southwest Regional RPI Qualifier. We're going to be bowling on a 38-foot Wayne Webb pattern. Going to be somewhat challenging. Going to have to be pretty on point with your mark, but it should be a lot of fun. Before we get into the action, I want to give a big shout out to Packy Hanrahan and the House Channel for putting out their 50 strike challenge. For starters, it was great exposure for our channel. We've seen a big increase in our viewers as well as some of our subscribers. So I also want to give a huge thank you to all of our new subscribers that have joined in the past couple of weeks, as well as to all of the loyalists who have been with us since the beginning. Thank you so much. It means a lot to us that you have subscribed to our channel. I know a lot of other teams are starting to go out there and do some other challenges as well. Seen a couple more that have beat the challenge, so great job for those guys. If you get an opportunity, watch as many of those as you can and support some of the smaller channels as well. This challenge was such a great opportunity for some of us smaller YouTube channels to get some exposure. So very thankful to Packy. I did run into him down at the regional, and super nice guy. He acknowledged he watched the video and congratulated us on our success there, and has talked about sending his donation to our high school bowling team that Troy and I coach, and I know our kids are going to greatly appreciate that. So thank you again, Packy, and thank you to all of our subscribers. With that said, we're going to jump in and show a few practice session shots. After that, we'll jump right into the actual squads. I'm only going to show some highlights of the A squad, which Tyler bowled in. I was actually in the B squad, so then you'll see most of the B squad action after that. So before you do that, please make sure you click that subscribe button down below if you've not already done so. If you're just passing by here, hitting that subscribe button greatly helps us out. So go ahead and hit that button down below. And thanks for watching.
We've arrived at our destination. We have a few standard things that we do at these regionals, one of which, this is the third time out of the 4 regionals that on Friday night after practice, we hit up a Bricktown Brewery, get ourselves a Yinling and some really good food. So we're here at Bricktown Brewery, getting our grub on.
Good stuff.
Yep.
Can't break tradition.
Yes, sir. All right, part of the tradition, Yingling beer.
Yingling. Cheers.
Cheers.
PBA Tour.
And bacon cheddar burgers.
They got that good sauce.
Yes, they do.
Life's too short. Get the extra sauce.
All right, well, Tyler had kind of a rough start. Had a
270-something game in there to try to bring him back into it, but then a rough game 7 is probably going to keep him just out of the running. It's looking like cut might be somewhere around even after the A squad, but let's see what happens here in the B squad. Well, game 1 was pretty awful. Couldn't get out of the ball very well at all. Wasn't ever close to my mark. I ended up switching thumb holes, inserts, and started getting out of it a little bit better the last couple balls. So I'm glad I'm into. It's really, really hot in here, so my hand is swelling. So I'm glad I'm into a bigger insert. Felt like I threw the ball a little bit better that game. Not great. Did miss one spare that I wish I wouldn't have missed. I think if it wasn't offset, I might have made it. Problem is I just can't strike. I just can't get the ball to read where I want it to, but I might have found something after talking with Tyler a little bit. Might try to slow it down a little bit, give it a chance to wheel back. So we'll see if that's going to work for game 3. All right, well, that game was rough. I was in the pocket most of the game and just didn't carry, especially at the end of the game there. Very disappointing. Actually, I'm kind of mad, but not giving up. I would have to shoot probably back-to-back 260s to even sniff the cut line at this point. And I haven't even shot a 200 yet, which is pretty pathetic, but you know, I'm learning more and more about the game every time I come out. I'm actually physically exhausted in this one and my ankles are killing me, but that's not an excuse. I actually threw the ball really well the last game, so I'm just going to try to do the same thing I did last game, and hopefully I'll get some love from the bowling gods and get some carry, and maybe I'll at least pull one decent game out of it, so I'll see. I actually did throw a strike.
Well, there you have it. Not the end result I was looking for, but I didn't give up and had some good games there at the end to at least salvage something out of it. I didn't get to cash. I didn't advance like I ultimately wanted to. I finished minus 81, which isn't really where I wanted to be. But I did finish in the top half. I finished in a tie for 44th out of 96. So not the worst thing in the world, just another growth opportunity for me. The biggest takeaways I had from some prior regionals is that spares are incredibly important. I've always known that I need to throw straight at spares. It's just not something I did a ton, but I have used a lot of practice time over this past year, just trying to get better and better at throwing straight at my spares. For this particular tournament, the very first spare of the day was a 5-pin because I went Brooklyn on a bad first shot, and I thought if I just throw my strike ball, I'll pick it up. I pulled it a little and hooked past it and missed it. Needless to say, that was the last time I hooked at a spare unless there was a sleeper involved. So in fact, I only missed 3 spares on the entire day, 3 makeable spares. I left so many spares at 93% was my spare conversion percentage, and that was a lot better than some of the prior ones. The issue in this tournament was my strike percentage was down. Especially those first 4 games, I only got 20% strike percentage. The last 4, it was 55%. The biggest issue is that those first few games, I had to be so precise on hitting my mark that I was really focusing too much on that, and my release just was off. I was not throwing it the way I like to throw it. My tilt was off a little bit. My rev rate was down a little bit. I ended up slowing down a couple of those games and at least giving the ball a chance to recover. If I just would trust how I throw the ball, I think I would have been a lot better off. I was missing the mark even when I was trying to hit it really precisely. The issue is when I hit my mark, it wasn't reacting the way I wanted to. So by game 5, I kind of ditched the slowdown and went back to speeding things up a little bit, throwing it the way I know how to throw the ball, and my games improved a lot. Game 6 was a rough score, but I was actually in the pocket quite a bit, and like I said, I increased my strike percentage quite a bit. So last 4 games were good. I'm glad that I finished strong. I would much rather start slow and finish strong than the other way around. At least I can take pride in knowing that I made adjustments and I improved and got better. I just need to think about these things a lot sooner, make the right adjustments, and not get myself into the hole that I've been digging myself into. So a good, strong finish. Happy with where I was overall. This was the last regional of the year, of the calendar year for us. So I've got the Nebraska Masters coming up next week. I've got some other local tournaments the rest of the year, and we'll try to use those as preparation for the 2024 season. Hopefully in 2024, I can start cashing a lot more, advancing into cashers rounds. That's going to be the ultimate goal for next year. This was a great experience this year, getting my feet wet back into regionals. And so we're going to take all this and just push forward. Appreciate you guys watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. We greatly appreciate it. But until next time, see you later.